We're concerned Jersey resident right there. That's why we do this show, because we're all concerned. And we're doing it live. We're doing it live on Comcast 190 here. Live stream, YouTube, Facebook, Apple TV, the Roku system, Google Chromecast. We're live. And we're live for you, too. We can take your questions on Facebook. You can tweet to us. You see all that stuff going on the screen. Don't forget our website, HMG TV shows. Today, I'm up against Phil Murphy. He's being inaugurated. It is Murphy time in New Jersey. 8 years of CC, Chris Christie, is over. It is now Murphy time. We're going to go over his to-do list. Busy show. We got snow on the way. So I'm going to talk about Jersey City and the preparation and some do's and don'ts for you people here. You got the pot bill. Now there's two pot bills working their way through the Assembly and the Senate. And I have some grave concerns about these pot bills, especially what happens with the revenue. We're going to look back a little bit at Chris Christie. 8 years, you know, from yelling at people on the boardwalk to Sandy to the beach pitcher. The Honeywell site down on Route 440 in Jersey City. It's getting around that time to develop it. It's been cleaned up. Mayor Fulop wants to go back and change the deal. I think the deal was completed in 2008. Mayor Fulop wants to go back and make 50% of the development affordable. Now, that's a magic question and word here. What is affordable? Yeah, affordable to who? You know, we got some of the most expensive units of living space here in Jersey City, probably in the state. So what is affordable? We're introducing our Wall of Shame and our watch list. And we have our two first entries. We almost had two people on the Wall of Shame, but one concern seemed the better way to do things and reached a compromise. I'll go into that. If you have an issue, the municipality of Jersey City, you got a county issue, you got a consumer issue, we're really good at that, especially consumer issues. This television, those cameras, they're very powerful. Now, the Wall of Shame and the watch list, there were two members on that inaugural Wall of Shame. But this plumbing company has been pulled back because they've seen the error of their ways. We are very good with consumer issues. Very good. Well, with Steve Fulop, we can get anything done in the city here. He's a very responsive mayor. And the same thing with the G's, with the county and the freeholders and all that. We can get things done. So if you have issues, go to the website, HMG TV shows. You can send me an email saying, Pat, I got a problem. And we will come and help you. And I tell you what, we're pretty successful at that. So if you have an issue, do not hesitate to reach out for us. We're going to break for commercial in a little bit. You're watching the Jersey City Show. Again, you got some questions, you can tweet them. You can hit us on Facebook. The question will come up on the screen. I'll try to answer them as best as I can. That's what I'm here for, and that's why we do this live. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Jersey City Show. I'll be right back. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants, all major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712. We're back. You're watching the Jersey City Show, and you're watching it live on Comcast, live stream. Listen, live stream. Download the app. It's free. There's a lot of programming on live stream besides me. You can watch it on your smartphone, your tablet, your smart TV, any web-enabled device. You can watch us. And it's free. And like I said, there's a lot of other programming on there. Governor Murphy, when I left my office, his wife was speaking. He may be now inaugurated and the governor, but he's having some weather issues in Trenton. There was like some big river ice blockage was stopping traffic. A bridge couldn't go up and down or something like that. So I don't know how many people made it to the inauguration. I've seen Bob Menendez. I know Bob was there. I think Pallone was there, who I spotted. But we have another storm coming our way. We just went through, we probably got about a foot the last time. I tell you what, I didn't think that snow was ever going to leave. But that meant I was going to talk to Mayor Fulop and find out when he was going to start picking up the snow again. But then we got a break. You know, we got into the 40s, almost in the 50s, got a little rain, and boom, the snow was gone, just in time for more. I'm not sure how much more because of the four models that I've seen, the European model to this model to Doppler. We might get 4 to 6. I just got a new replacement Snow Joe snowblower. The first one we got didn't work. And, you know, again, I talk about consumer issues. I don't like getting involved in my own consumer issues. I hate using the power of the studio and the television for personal use. But sometimes, you know, I'm the consumer too. Yeah, the people at Snow Joe were trying to give me a hard time. I want a replacement snowblower. I'm not sending you this one back, boxing it up, until I get it replaced. We finally got that done. Snow Joe people relented. They sent it. But I was just going to go after. We bought it from Amazon. I would have went to Amazon. And I tell you what, Amazon will do anything. Great company to do business with. You know, someday the feds are going to step in because they're going to be a monopoly, but great company to do business with. They would have gone after Snow Joe worse than me. So I'm charging up the new battery in the studio right now, and hopefully I get to use my new snow blower instead of me throwing that snow myself. Pat Stramato and the DPW crew, I seen them starting the stage. I see them starting to get ready. They're putting out the pickle brine. They got the salters ready. They're not going to start plowing until you get a couple inches of snow, but these guys are not going to be caught unprepared. You got to give Pat Stramato and Johnny Lynch, throw Johnny Lynch in there. I got you there, John. They are well prepared. Now, DPW, one thing they're going to have to get on after the snow is because of the snow and the cold, and we're Jersey City, there's a huge pothole problem brewing all over. And the worst potholes are the potholes that are alongside of a manhole cover. Bad enough you hit a pothole, your car hits that pothole and the manhole cover, your front end is gone. Your rim is bent, your tire is flat. Those are the worst one. Pay attention. We're really bad on Summit Avenue. We went through this last year. I had to get Johnny Lynch to do all the pot. It was like every manhole cover on Summit Avenue had a pothole alongside of it. Like I said, you hit that manhole cover ain't moving. Your car will move, not that manhole cover. So right after the snowstorm, I'm going to have to get on Mr. Stramato and Mr. Lynch about getting some potholes done. But on Summit Avenue last year in the Heights, that was pretty treacherous there. What am I talking about here? Snow notes. Yeah, I know in North Bergen, John Shaw does a little snow notes on Twitter, and he puts it out there. We produce that here. Here's some things I want you to be aware of. Don't throw the snow in the street. I want to say that even though we all do it. And I never worked a snowblower before. I assume I'm going to be shooting that snow into the street. But I got a big front section of my house. Now, again, when I'm shoveling, I'll throw a lot of that snow in the front section of the house. The only problem with that is when that snow starts melting, the melt, of course, goes on the sidewalk. Then it starts freezing. It's like an ice skating rink out there. So I use a lot of rock salt. Don't throw the snow in the street, and I do winky on that. When you're digging out your cars, we got a new guy that moved on our block. For that matter, this guy's digging out his driveway and his car, and he actually made a snow mound on the sidewalk. You couldn't go up the sidewalk. I'm looking at the guy when I finally come out this shovel. I said, Chief, you can't block the sidewalk. That's what I've got to do with the snow. I said, you got to distribute it as best you can. You can't, snow somebody in, throw all the snow on somebody else's car, and you can't block the sidewalk. So the guy's new to the block. Maybe new to snow. I don't know. But, I never seen anybody build up a pile of snow on a sidewalk that you couldn't cross. But he got that. When you're digging your car out, do not throw the snow on the other car because they're going to dig out and throw it back on you, and chances are your spot will be where they're throwing it when your car's gone. And unlike the old days, we have a certain age here. In the old days, when you dug your car out, that spot was yours. Nobody would even think of parking in your spot that you dug out. That does not exist anymore in Jersey City. That courtesy is gone. Now, it's either we're very discourteous, which I'm kind of leaning that way, or there's just a lot of cars. But we always had a lot of cars in Jersey City. So I'm going back to people being discourteous and disrespectful. They don't care if you dug out your spot. Remember when you're digging out your car and your sidewalk to leave space for the garbage cans. Now, I dig a little space right out in front of the sidewalk where I can put the garbage cans out in the street so the guys don't have to climb over piles of snow to get it. I notice on my block I'm the only guy that does that. I will dig a little trench out there through the snow so the garbage guy can easily get up, and I'll roll my 2 big garbage cans, or 1, whatever the situation is. It's got this big garbage can with the wheels and all. I'll roll it out with the handles facing them so they can easily do that. I try to be courteous, but I'll tell you one thing. Another thing I'm talking to Shamato and Fulop about is getting another garbage company. These people drop more garbage in the street than they pick up. That's if they pick up your garbage, by the way. They miss a lot. And I don't know what they do with the cans. I'm usually pretty good because I do set up the cans for the guys. But everybody else, you'll see garbage cans all over the street. If you have oil heat, cover the oil fill. If you got a traffic cone, use a traffic cone or a can or something. And that guy's trying to make an oil delivery. You can't find that oil fill, and you got, 6 inches of snow out there. You're not going to get any oil. Use pet-friendly rock salt. I know it costs a little bit more, but people are walking their dogs, and you got the cats out there. Try to be courteous and respectful of the people's pets. Use rock salt. Throw it out there on the street. Help your neighbor. Now, like Harry lives next door to me. I'm usually around more than Harry is. I'll dig Harry out, and occasionally Harry will dig me out. I'm way ahead of Harry, but I don't mind helping, and it's a good little exercise for me to throw that snow. These are all your snow tips. Again, the city's ready. You got to give Fulop some props. He's got a pretty good DPW crew down there. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Jersey City Show. We'll be right back.
Good Friend Self-Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a refer-friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunnelly Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self-Storage. Let us be your good friend.
The Jersey City Medical Center. You know it for its award-winning, life-saving ambulance service. It's also your health hub, with health and wellness locations staffed with certified professionals all through Hudson County. The Jersey City Medical Center, here to help you with your healthy, here when you need us the most. The Jersey City Medical Center. Visit us on the net to learn more. Jersey City Medical Center, Robert Wood Johnson, Barnabas Health Facility. Let's be healthy together. We're back. You're watching the Jersey City Show. Pat O'Melia here, you concerned Jersey City resident there. Why I do this show? Because you're concerned, and I do it live. We are live. So if you got any questions, probably I'm up against Murphy in the inauguration. And there's only so many people who are civically minded. We're not going to get the casual people to watch the Jersey City Show. We're going to get the civic-minded people. Everybody who watches me votes. They know what's going on. Like I said earlier, it is Murphy time here in New Jersey. Now, I'm sure he's probably inaugurated, and I think he's the 54th governor of New Jersey. I believe that's it, but it doesn't matter. He's here. Chris Christie is gone. We wish Phil Murphy the best of luck. I hope he has the most successful governorship we have ever had in New Jersey, because we need it. If he's successful, we're successful. And Murphy's a pretty smart guy. He didn't get where he is in life being a dummy. He reads history. He knows what happened with the last 3 Democratic governors, Florio, McGreevey, Corzine. They were one and done. He doesn't want to be one and done. He wants to get 2 terms out of this. So he needs to make sure he doesn't make the same mistakes that Florio taxed the hell out of everybody. Remember, toilet paper, the trucking industry, they taxed everybody. That lasted about 6 to 9 months. Damn near bankrupt the state, ran a lot of the businesses out, bankrupt a lot of businesses. If Murphy follows that Democratic plan or the Florio, McGreevey, Corzine, we're doomed. But I don't think that's going to happen. I know the Democrats are looking at them with his entitlement programs and free college tuition and free this and free that. Problem is there is no free. Everything costs money, and the state gets their money through the population, whether it's from property taxes, sale taxes, income taxes, tolls, whatever way. They're getting it. You're coming up with it one way or another. And I think Murphy's well aware of that. So I don't think he's going to go out there and tax the hell out of us. You know, you're going to hear this saying a lot now that he's the governor. Murphy's Law. He's got to make sure it doesn't become the old saying, Murphy's Law, where everything goes wrong. No. He's got to be on the top of his game. I know the Asbury Park Press, a great paper. You know, when I'm thinking of newspapers in Jersey, it's the Park Press, the Jersey Journal, two great papers. Murphy got a lot to do. It would be interesting to see the first 100 days. But right off the bat, Murphy has impressed me. He's announced that we're going to stay as full-service gas stations. We are the last of the Mohegans that way. Of the 50 states, at least the 48 continental states, we are the last that are full service, if there is full service anymore. Basically, full service, you can't pump your gas. In the old days, full service meant there was a garage there. They came out with the uniforms, did your windows, checked your oil. That full service went the way of Texaco. But you still can't pump your gas. And I think that's the right thing to do. I know I asked my daughters, you want to pump gas? And no. He's going to save that. And that saved thousands upon thousands of jobs in New Jersey. And I know some people say, well, it would have saved money per gallon. No, it wouldn't have. We saved jobs. These people need their jobs. They're the young kids. They're seniors. They're immigrants. You know, is anybody trying to raise a family on a gas station salary? No, but they're making ends meet as part-time, young kids working their way through college, that sort of thing. But in the Asbury Park poll, now we've talked about it a lot on the Jersey City show and the Hudson County show of the things that Murphy needs to do. And I tell you what, we've been pretty spot on because the poll, the Asbury Park Press, they did like 15 items. I'm just going to go with the top 5. Number 1, you want to take a guess? Drum roll, please. I'd give you 3 guesses, but you're only going to need the 1. Lower property taxes. New Jersey is number 1. And listen, we would like to be number 1 in some things. That is not one of them. We don't mind being number 1 in the only state that still has self-service gas stations or full-service gas. Oh, that's right. It's not self-service, full-service gas station. We're number 1. Believe me, nobody is picking up that spongy finger, that foam finger, saying we're number 1 for highest property taxes. I think it was Allied Van Lines, or may have been U-Haul and Allied Van Line, that showed that more people are leaving Jersey than coming in. That's because Jersey is ridiculously expensive. Yeah, Murphy's going to have to look at how do you cut taxes. Now, not all the taxes need to be cut on a state level. It could be cut on a municipal and county level also. Number 2 in this poll was interesting. It was the consolidation of towns and school districts. I know Senate President Steve Sweeney was talking about a county school districts instead of all these municipal school districts. There's like 532 municipalities in New Jersey. There is, that's 532 school districts. That's 532 police chiefs. That's 532 fire chiefs and DPW directors. And all these levels of government are there. So, yeah, consolidation probably makes sense. I think in 8 years that Chris Christie was talking about it, I think only 2 towns consolidated. That was it. There should be. I don't know, maybe you can't get the consolidation of the towns because of the kingdoms, home turf, home rules, all that. But you can do shared services, and that's imperative in Jersey City. We're coming up on a $600 million a year budget. We need to start doing some shared services, and for us, it's with the County of Hudson. Number 3 was New Jersey Transit. I think that's going to be first and foremost with Phil Murphy, but Phil Murphy's going to find out the political aspect of that. Why does New Jersey Transit lose money? Well, too much politics involved. They just delayed a vote on the dry dock property in Hoboken. Hoboken wants it for park. New Jersey Transit wants it for ferry maintenance. It's a dry dock. It was for ship maintenance and boat maintenance. It made sense. Number 4 was the opioid epidemic. You know, I do a Tom's River show. Ocean County was on the forefront of this. Number 5 is legalizing pot. That's going to happen, but I don't think that's going to happen as quick as we think. But there are bills working their way through the Assembly and the Senate. We're going to talk about that later in the show. But the number 1 job for Phil Murphy is to cut property taxes. No lip service on this. You got to figure out. Now, listen, it could be state and it could be municipality, but it's got to be encouraged from Trenton. Town's got to start doing the shared services. Like I said, Jersey City and Hudson County, you know, we both have park departments. Do we both need both park departments? Can they work together? We both have health and human services. We have so much duplication and redundancy between the county and Jersey City that's where you need to look. We both have cultural affairs departments. Councilman Steve Fulop was the one that brought it up one time with the cultural affairs. Why do we have a cultural affairs department when there's a county one? And remember, you pay a ton of money in county taxes, and Jersey City gets hit every year, just like Hoboken does every year. So somehow we need to take the burden off Jersey City people and state by shared services. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Jersey City Show. We'll be right back.
Introducing the MyJCMC app, powered by Practice Unite. The free MyJCMC app puts the power of healthcare at your fingertips. Go to the concierge for access to referrals, scheduling, and appointments, see emergency room wait times, and get directions to Jersey City Medical Center health locations. Read the latest JCMC news through their social media feed, find a doctor, and more. The MyJCMC app. We belong to you.
It takes more than a state-of-the-art medical facility to make a great hospital. It takes a team of dedicated medical professionals. That's the Jersey City Medical Center, Hudson County's #1 hospital. Medical teams consisting of New Jersey's top doctors, Magnet Award-winning nurses, and accomplished hospital associates, all committed to your good health. That's what you have at the Jersey City Medical Center. Make Hudson County's #1 hospital your first choice. Visit us on the web at barnabashealth.org. We're back. You're watching the Jersey City Show. Pat O'Melia here. You know who you are. I know you're concerned. That's why we do the show, and that's why we're doing it live. It is live. Now, I spoke earlier about pot sales. Jersey City is gearing up, and Asbury Park is gearing up. We're working on the zoning and, the ordinances on where the pot, retail will be. Of course, Jersey City and Asbury Park. There's a lot of similarities between Asbury Park and Jersey City. For years and years, I used to say Asbury Park is Jersey City with a boardwalk, and look at that. Who's the 2 towns gearing up for pot sales? Jersey City, Asbury Park. Now, the bills going through the Senate and the Assembly, they're pretty much the same with some interesting differences. The big difference is homegrown. They're going to tax the pot at 25%, but there are some questions about homegrown. But my question is, we're supposed to receive probably $300 to $400 million a year in revenue, in tax revenue, from the pot sales. Some people say that is very conservative. There are some people who think we could possibly close to $1 billion. That'd be a lot of potheads here in New Jersey, but that's possible. Now, legalizing marijuana's possession for personal use up to an ounce of marijuana for adults over 21. It's a lot of pot. I don't know if you carry an ounce, you walk around with an ounce of pot in your pocket. I'm not sure how that works. What gets scary here with these bills is New Jersey would establish an enforcement agency along with a licensing system for growers and retailers. There is a huge problem if we do that, because if you're going to start a whole new department, a whole new agency, a whole new level of expense in personnel and benefits and payroll and office space and uniforms and badges and all that, you're cutting into the revenue you get. Every nickel that comes out of the tax revenue from the pot sales should go to property taxes. I don't need another department of enforcement. You got alcohol and tobacco, and you got the municipalities that enforce the alcohol and tobacco sales in their towns. Jersey City does a great job with it. All the cities do a good job. The state does a good job. We don't need another level, because that's another expense we don't need. We need to maximize the revenue from pot sales if this happens, and I'm probably not in favor of that, but I'm one person. If we're going to do this, we got to make sure you, the taxpayer, the property owner, and the renter — people keep forgetting renters. Renters, they're paying those property taxes. You're protected. The whole game for Murphy, job one, has to be reducing those property taxes. And if you can get 400, 500 million, or some people are saying close to $1 billion, you can reduce some property taxes. Alcohol and tobacco, whatever agencies handle that now statewide, they can absorb this too. And the municipalities can handle enforcement and sales and the retail and the licensing. Now, I think in the Assembly pot plan, there would be 80 retail locations statewide, like 2 in every district. That may work, I don't know. You know, I don't think we're going to see pot sales like in every bodega, where instead of, you know, right alongside Marlboro there is, you know, high weed, something like that. I'm not sure. But, you know, we always kind of knew there was pot around. That's why it's funny when someone said we got to do a study to find out if pot is a gateway drug. That's, what, you freaking kidding me? Pot's been around forever. No, I should have the guys get a clip from Reefer Madness. Yeah, pot's been around forever. I think you know the effects of pot. You know, I remember all the stores having rolling papers. Nobody was rolling. It was like the Wild West where you were rolling cigarettes. You know, they were rolling pot all those years. The state's going to impose a 25% weed tax, and that's where it's going to generate a ton of money. But, you know, if you develop this, you know, a whole nother enforcement agency and department, you know, you're going to eat right into that. And again, it comes down to the property taxes here. We don't need to create any expenses that will offset any of that revenue. We can't allow what had happened with Atlantic City, the Meadowlands, and the lottery to happen if we do the pot sales. Remember Atlantic City? That money was going to take care of property taxes, it was going to take care of the school budget, it was going to take care of senior needs. The Meadowlands, same thing. Bringing in the Giants and the horse track and the Brendan Byrne Meadowlands, Continental, whatever the hell the name of that arena was when it closed up. All these things, and the New Jersey Lottery. That was, whoa, man, we got into the numbers business. Like pot right now was illegal. You know, one time so was the numbers. You had to go to the bookie. And when I was a kid, you could play the numbers anywhere. Everybody, every old guy was a numbers runner. And you wanted to play your numbers, you gave. Actually, there's still guys running the numbers, just not as prevalent as it used to be. But they pay better. You hit, it's $500. In Jersey, you got that pool thing. But all these revenue-producing things, Atlantic City, and Atlantic City was buku bucks for a long time. Before, you know, there was so much competition elsewhere. But the property taxes kept going up, going up, going up. The Meadowlands, that was supposed, you know, to take care of, you know, help the property taxes. Property taxes going up, going up, going up. New Jersey Lottery, ton of money coming in. Property tax going up, going up, going up. We can't allow that to happen with the pot sales. Somehow, some way, you know, you write it into the ordinances, the legislation. This money has to be earmarked to reduce property taxes. But what's getting scary is any way that there's any illegal way there was of making money, the government wants to get in and get a hold of that so they can tax it. So, you know, numbers were illegal at one time. Pot was illegal at one time. Now we're gonna probably legalize it in New Jersey. At least it's better than 50% anyway. It's one of the 10 polls to Phil Murphy's campaign. You know, it makes you wonder, what else would we legalize? Is prostitution down the road? Now that would be unheard of years ago. But again, let's go back and look. Gambling in AC, gambling used to be illegal. We embraced it. There's money, huggy, huggy, kissy, kissy. The lottery, that was all numbers. That was illegal. Now we have pot, illegal. People are going to jail. They're doing years in jail. Now, they're going to be able to buy it. Huggy, huggy, kissy, kissy. We embrace that. How long before prostitution? That's another thing. There's a ton of money being made there. There's supposedly billions. And don't forget, sports betting. That's illegal outside of Vegas. Kissy, kissy, kissy. We're working on that. So everything that's illegal, and as soon as people think, as soon as the government, local, federal, state, think there's money to be made and we can tax it, we turn it legal. So don't kid yourself. Prostitution may not be far behind. Let's break for commercial. You're watching the Jersey City Show. We'll be right back.
Meineke Car Care, conveniently located at 700 Tunnelly Avenue, Jersey City, half a mile north of County Road. Meineke bumper-to-bumper car care. Brakes, exhaust, oil change, wheel alignments, batteries, CV joints, and so much more. First-rate service at a price you can afford. All major cards accepted. Apply for a Meineke card. Meineke, Jersey City. Stop by and let Sammy check your brakes for free.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers the quality of life you deserve in 10 high-rise rental towers with amenities such as the on-site Newport Path subway, light rail and ferry service, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Sears, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams Supermarket is just outside your front door. A health and fitness club, spa, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. NewportNJ.com. Enjoy the New York skyline from Newport Town Square. Manhattan is just one path stop away or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Want to visit Newport? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. Go to NewportNJ.com for details. Newport has luxurious towers, great restaurants, shopping, New York skyline views, schools, playgrounds, a marina and yacht club, gym, spa, fine wine, fine living. It's incredible. It's you. NewportNJ.com. Newport, live like you want.
We're back. You're watching the Jersey City Show and you're watching it live. Yes, let's think of all the things that were illegal and now are legal because we can tax it. Gambling, AC, numbers, marijuana, sports betting. That's going to turn around. It'll probably be allowed in the racetracks. We're talking about it here. Don't think prostitution is that far off. Chris Christie, you got to take a moment and look back on the 8 years of our governor, past Governor Chris Christie, a pure Jersey guy. And he was the typical Jersey guy. He didn't take any BS. He spoke his mind. He's a bit aggressive, typical Jersey guy. How will history paint Chris Christie? You know, I think history is going to be okay. I think it will paint him well, but it's going to take a long time for that paint to dry before we look back, you know, and look back positively on Chris Christie. Prior to Bridgegate, this guy was probably the most popular Republican figure in the United States. He could do no wrong. Then Bridgegate came, and that derailed an entire political career. And why? Now, to this day, I do not believe Chris Christie ever told any of these knuckleheads to cause traffic on the George Washington Bridge. But you bring political hacks with you. These are the political hacks you had with you when you were a councilman, a freeholder, and these same knuckleheads that would cut tires, break windows, glue locks, the same people you took with you as you went up the totem pole. And stupid will always do stupid. Good people may do bad things. Bad people will certainly do bad things. So you're bringing these political hacks with you, so don't be surprised they do something stupid. And that's what happened there. And that derailed him. You know, somewhere along the line, I'd like to bring Chris Christie in because we're constantly talking about different programming and a show called Icons, where it was kind of like a documentary into a lot of people. I would like to do that. There's a lot of people in Jersey City, New Jersey, Hudson County that we really should get to know. You know the names, but you really don't know the person. I'd like to bring him in. But Chris Christie was a Jersey guy. He was clueless to optics. This guy would put himself in the worst light, but that was that Jersey stubbornness, pig-headedness, aggressive, you know, as Jersey guy. You know, probably the stupidest thing this guy ever did was being on the beach in the beach chair. First off, he didn't look too good on that beach chair, but here he is. The state's closed, the beach is closed, and there he is frolicking in the sun there. Terrible optics. You know, somebody has to go and explain that to him. See, I think Chris Christie is going to be with President Trump real soon. And President Trump could probably use a Chris Christie filtering. And I would hope Chris Christie learned a lesson about optics and maybe think a moment before you speak. But you probably could use a little Jersey in Washington, D.C. right now. Chris Christie should go there, work with Trump, take his Twitter away. I would take his Twitter away immediately. Why did this guy have so much time to tweet? I don't even tweet that much. This guy's the president. Shouldn't have that much time. One thing I like Chris Christie, he spoke his mind. You'd be on the boardwalk in Seaside Heights, fighting with people, yelling at people. You're on a friggin' boardwalk in Seaside Heights. Have a good time. Don't get engaged in shouting matches with people. But again, a Jersey guy. You know, it would not surprise me if someone had a picture of Chris Christie giving somebody the finger, outside his car. There's a little road rage thing. The high point, in my opinion, with Chris Christie was Sandy. Now, I remember Irene, he told everybody, get the hell off the beaches. I was in vacationing in Seaside at that time, and like the whole town took him up on his word and threw us all out of there. You know, we had to leave. I had to go back to Jersey City. Fortunately, I wasn't that far away. Irene wasn't that bad. But they heeded that advice with Sandy, because Sandy was that bad. Chris Christie did a great job getting Jersey back on its feet. Yeah, again, I'm involved with Seaside Heights. I'm down there a lot. He got the boardwalk in Seaside Heights, which is like probably one of the top 3 tourist places in New Jersey, back up. He got the money for the boardwalk. He cleared all the hurdles. Then he came back and did it again when there was the Inferno on the boardwalk in Seaside Park, and a good percentage of Seaside Heights, but not all of its boardwalk like Sandy. You know, he took a lot of grief for hugging President Obama right after Sandy, when President Obama was coming with what of assistance. I would have hugged anybody who was coming to help us. Jersey, especially down in South Jersey and Seaside, Mantoloking. I don't think one house in Mantoloking was undamaged from Sandy. I mean, it was like a nuclear attack there. When I thought Seaside got hit hard. And John Cameron was the BA in Seaside Heights, said, Pat, you got to go to Mantoloking. Went to Mantoloking. It was our houses were upside down. They were like half a house. You know, it was like a horror movie, like a War of the Worlds kind of deal what happened there. He did a great job there. He was a Seaside Heights kind of guy. He liked going to Seaside. You know, when he was in college, he was in Seaside. When he had an opportunity, he'd always go to Seaside Heights. I think history is going to paint him well. Like I said, it's going to take a long time for that paint to dry, because there's a lot of raw nerves here. But one of the things why there are raw nerves, we get offended over everything now. And I blame that on the social media. Everything, everybody's offended. Everybody, oh my God, did he say that or she say that? Let's go and tweet that, how offended we are. You know, the thing with Bridgegate, it was stupid. And they caused traffic for those 2 or 3 days. But like I've said before, well, who do we blame for the other 360 days of traffic there? You know, there's always traffic there. That was probably Chris Christie's biggest problem, was how offended everybody got over everything here. But probably the dumbest thing he ever did was being on that beach chair on the beach. You know, he should have wore a disguise or put a blanket over him when he seen the helicopter coming. But you could take it to the bank. In very short order, he'll wind up with President Trump, and it probably is the best place for him. I could see him being, I don't know if they're the chief of staff now. He certainly would be better than the people he had there before. Now, I know there was a problem with Jared Kushner and Chris Christie, because Chris Christie prosecuted Kushner. But I can see him going to Washington, D.C., and that probably wouldn't be bad for Jersey people. Say what you want about Christie, he was a Jersey guy, and I think you want to get the Arc Tunnel done, he's probably the right guy to talk to Trump about getting those funds. And people are going to say, well, what about the Gateway Tunnel? Excuse me, that's Gateway. Arc Tunnel, he put the brakes on. But you know what? We were on the hook for all the overages on the Arc Tunnel. Billions of dollar project. You know what that overages would have been in the billions. So yeah, I think I agreed with Chris. I did agree with Chris Christie putting the brakes on that because New York was getting everything done for free there. So we got to see how history paints them. But good luck to Governor Christie. We'll see you in D.C. You're watching the Jersey City Show. We'll be back.
Pan and Pinto Properties, Jersey City. Shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces that address your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment, adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at panandpintoproperties.com. Pan and Pinto Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
Plaza Auto Body, 700 Tunley Avenue in Jersey City. Your local collision specialist. Body and fender repair. On-site oven-baked paintwork. Fiberglass repair experts. Custom and classic car restoration. All insurance is welcome. 24-hour towing available. Licensed by the state of New Jersey. Plaza Auto Body, 700 Tunley Avenue, 201-222-3050. Plaza Auto Body, your bumper-to-bumper buddy.
We're back. You're watching the Jersey City Show. I want to do this. You ever see those news guys? They always do that. And they got like real prompters. I have no prompters here. So when you're looking at me talking, I'm actually talking off my head. But you always see those new guys? Actually, when they close, I should do a thing like that. When they're closing the news broadcast, you always see the guy doing his papers, getting them in order. What the hell are you getting them in order? The show's off. Just throw them on the friggin' floor. Yeah, well, today, no. But usually there's papers on the floor we keep out of the camera. Honeywell. That is a big development site on Route 440 in Jersey City. Basically between Culver Avenue and Danford Avenue in Jersey City, along the Hackensack River, the site of the old Great Eastern. Roosevelt Stadium was down there, the Roosevelt Drive-In. Yes, we used to have a drive-in here. We actually had some of these things. Roosevelt Drive-In was a great place. Many, many great memories there. Terrible concession stands, and we'd sneak a bunch of people in there. That is now going to be residential development. But behind Great Eastern, which was the job center, and the drive-in, which was jobs, was a tremendous amount of industrial, trucking companies, warehousing. There were jobs. That was an industrial site. It was always an industrial site. And, of course, Jersey City, in its effing wisdom, doesn't want to have industrial sites. Then we wonder why we have crime and there's no jobs. Well, what happened? Well, because all our industrial sites became residential or condominiums, that sort of thing. Honeywell made an agreement, I think in 2008, about cleaning it up with the city of Jersey City and the development plan, and that was approved. I'm sure there's a 30-year abatement attached to this thing, and there was a component of affordable housing of 10% or 5%, something like that. Mayor Fulop would now like to change that deal and make it 50% affordable. Again, as I said in the opening of the show, I'm not sure what affordable is. Because, you know, is affordable $2,700 a month rent? Yeah, it's not affordable. You know, I'm not sure what affordable is. Now, somebody's got to explain that to me. I know somebody was doing some math with the average pay in Jersey City. The problem is the average income in Jersey City is misguided because of the waterfront. And they're not really Jersey City people there, but their payrolls get mixed in with ours. You take out that waterfront, and you see the average income of Jersey City drop tremendously. Now, Mayor Fulop wants to go back and reopen that development agreement from 2008. Now, listen, Honeywell, you know, Fulop's going to call up and say, hello, yes, you know that development agreement with the 5 or 10% affordable? I'd like to make that 50%. Honeywell is not going to do that. So the city is going to try to open that up and force the issue. My question is, can they do that? And if we can go back on that development plan, why can't we go back on other development plan? No, really, if I can go back on that deal from 2008, and somewhere along the line, the city and its past council, the agreements that are made by previous administration, yeah, it should hold up. It shouldn't be a case of, you know, Mayor Cunningham or Mayor Healy approved this, and it's only good until those guys leave office. Then it's like, we start from scratch. If we can go back and open up the Honeywell deal and change it, why can't we go back and change other ones? Even if it was already constructed, the building's constructed. If I can go back and open Honeywell, why can't I go back and open other agreements here in Jersey City? Like the tower projects up on Journal Square, on Pavonia Summit, the 3 towers. Why can't I go back? Because those 2 towers aren't built yet. It's like, whoa, Kushner. We'd like to see 50% affordable there. Where do we draw the line? Now, again, those 2 towers aren't built. So we can go back and say, we like 50% affordable there. Why just affordable on a Honeywell site, 50%, not anywhere else? Even if the buildings are built. Why can't we go in there and say, listen, we want 50% affordable? Because they have abatements attached to those towers. Where does it stop? Now, unless we're blowing smoke, and it's a good quote in a little newspaper story there, can we go back and reopen that? Can we go back and review abatements? We gave out some 30-year abatements. Well, let's see. Can we go back and review them after 10 years? Say, when we did this abatement, the economy was such and such, and this was such and such. It's a different day. It's a different day now. Stock market is booming. People talk about Trump, and one of the things with Bill Clinton, I think it was called the Raging Cajun, Carbell. You said, listen, it's the economy, stupid. And really, no matter what Trump does, if the economy's booming, he's going to be successful. But it'll be interesting in this day of social media. With this Honeywell site, we're running a light rail down there. That's our next move. Somebody must have some insight with Jersey City, because they got Jersey City run a light rail plan into a development that didn't happen yet. So is running the light rail down there part of the 50%? I don't know. What really should happen with Honeywell, do I need more residential? Do I need more condominiums in Jersey City? I don't know. We're pretty crowded. We know what I really need? I need jobs. I need to put people to work. I need industrial locations. Now, the Honeywell site, that was all industrial at one time. Now it's going to be residential. There's not going to be any jobs attached to that. I'm talking about crime and, gangs and people hanging out on the street. And what do we do about Ward F? And, I'm up to 950 cops, and I'm putting in all these CCTV cameras. You know what? If I had jobs, I could probably cut the crime in half up there on MLK and in Ward F, because I'm sure at least 50% would rather have a real job than out there selling drugs and stealing and mugging. But we don't have that. I don't know if only at the time about the changes in Medicaid, about the work requirement. But the thing in Jersey City, well, how can we do that? We don't have any jobs. That should be an industrial site. Is it going to happen? No. We already made our deal with Honeywell. Dog patch. I talked to Mayor Fulop about this before. That area of Jersey City should be dedicated an industrial zone, a work zone. Public services down there. There got to be remediation on a public service land. Yeah, I'm sure. That's where I'm born and raised. There's like a gazillion chemicals. It wasn't just public service land that's contaminated. Oh, damn dog patch are contaminated. Back in the old days, Coppers, Coat, and oil companies. There was all sorts of companies back then. And nobody knew anything about the environment. And if they did, they didn't care. We need jobs more than I need residential. And, and like I said, if I can go back on this deal for 50% affordable, can I go back on other deals? And somewhere along the line is, do we still need abatements in Jersey City? Have we achieved the point in Jersey City where we are the #1 city, where it's a location, and we don't need to bribe people to build? 5-year, 10-year abatements, fine. 30, 40, that's ridiculous. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Jersey City Show. I'll be right back.
Rama Jewelers, located in the Lyndhurst Shopping Center at 413 Valley Brook Avenue, Lyndhurst. Come for all your jeweler needs at Rama Jewelers, where you will find a fine selection of necklaces, earrings, rings, and bracelets. Choose from one of our complete sets, our many signature items, or find the perfect engagement ring. Come on down. That's Rama Jewelers at 413 Valley Brook Ave, Lyndhurst. Call 201-939-5784 or visit us online today.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers, Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net.
Pat O'Melia here, you there? We're doing a Jersey City show. Might use this segment for the Tom's River show. I also host that one from the other studio. Wall of Shame. We're going to start that. As I said earlier, I cut my teeth back in the radio days, back in the late 90s, with consumer and municipal issues with Brett Schundler. Brett Schundler gave me run of the city, and anything I needed, Brett Schundler gave me. Then Glenn came in and he gave me more run of the city. So we were very successful helping people with municipalities issues and getting things done in Jersey City and consumer issues. I just ran into a couple of consumer issues. So first off, we have two lists. We're going to have the Wall of Shame, and we're going to have the watch list. People that may find their way onto the Hall of Shame. Actually, you see Optimum and Altice. They're really one and the same. Altice is the parent company, and Optimum, of course, is the cable company. A very powerful political figure here in North Hudson is having a problem with Optimum. He has been having a problem with Optimum for over 5 to 6 days, where the guy was coming, the guy doesn't come, BSing him. He can't get service from Optimum. He actually sent me a text that said, Altice is horrible. Altice is the parent company of Optimum. Said, they are horrible. So I asked what the problem is, and he explained to me, and I said, well, Altice Optimum, they're going through so many changes. None of them are good, by the way. Personnel is going left and right. Optimum, Altice is like the worst technology company I ever dealt with. With Comcast, who we're live with right now, I FTP my shows. We transfer them all, file transfer protocol to Comcast, and it's done through the computer. I still have to snail mail DVDs to Optimum to play on our leased access and pub access channels. They can't even get FTP, no matter what. We want to do live broadcasting on Optimum. They're not capable of that. They're not capable of anything. Really, they're positioning themselves for a takeover by Spectrum. I'm dealing with Altice all the time because I'm a programmer there. I sent an email to one of their executive vice presidents, a nice woman, vice president in legal, and explained what the situation was, and somebody should reach out for this person. I assumed that would be done. So I contact this very powerful political figure in New Jersey, not just Hudson County, New Jersey-wide. Nobody reaches him. So I said, all right, I'll reach out for their government affairs person, somebody who really, in my opinion, does nothing. It's never been any value to me getting anything done. So I reach out for her. I call her, and I said, listen, I explained what the situation was. I said, I strongly recommend that you reach out for this guy. Oh, what's the problem? I said, listen, call him. He'll tell you. Because somewhere along the line, these cable companies are going to be in Trenton saying, we want to deregulate that or do this. And this guy's not going to forget what happened. The cable company reduced one of the most powerful political figures in New Jersey to mere mortal status because you can't get the damn cable company. And I've had my fill with Optimum. So they are on my wall of shame. And believe me, that shame wall is going to load up. There was almost a second inductee into the wall of shame, and it was a plumbing company. Absolute Plumbing and Heating. They are now on our watch list. The problem with Absolute Plumbing and Heating was they don't keep their appointments. They would be 6 hours late, which is a problem. Say you're a mother and you got to go pick up your kids at school, and they're supposed to be there at 11, and they don't show up till 4. In my case, in my deal, let me stick with this. I dealt with them 3 times. Every time they've been late or didn't show at all. The last time that my kids bought a house in Seaside Heights, I arranged to have them come down about doing some bathroom remodeling for the kids. I explained to them that I'm going to travel 87 miles to get down there. Even though we have a studio there, I didn't have much to do in Seaside, so it was not a day I was going to go down. Spoke to them Thursday because they didn't call me to confirm. So, yeah, everything's set for 11 o'clock. I said, all right, because I'm going to go 87 miles. I drive down, hanging around. Nobody calls. I called them. Yeah, the guy's going to come, blah, 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 blah. Eventually, I leave. They call me like 3.5 hours later, the guy's coming. That doesn't work. So I got back to the studio. I got in touch with the owner. Then I got in touch with the managers. There was some problem. But they eventually realized we can't operate this way. So they reached out to me and said, listen, we want to do the right thing, which really shows me there is some integrity with this company. What they did the right thing. They're going to give $1,000 worth of free plumbing to Jersey City and Toms River because the complaint originated in Ocean County. Absolute, the work when they do it is fine, excellent work. It's a problem getting them there. So they're on my watch list. I truly appreciate when companies realize the error of their ways and they want to make amends. Now, I'm not going to profit from it. Jersey City and Toms River, plumbing in their senior centers or what have you. But they'll remain on my watch list, absolute. Hopefully, I never have to call them again. But if you have a problem with them, get in touch with me because I'll call them. But right now, they're on the watch list, and I appreciate that they seen the error of their ways, and that's a good sign. So for right now, you can deal with absolute. You got a problem, get in touch with me. We're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Jersey City show. We'll be right back. That's the end of the show? Oh, that's the end of the show? Well, somebody should have gave me that. All right, we're out of show. You be good. You be safe. I'll talk to you during the week. Good night.
Meineke Car Care, conveniently located at 700 Tunnelly Avenue, Jersey City, half a mile north of County Road. Meineke, bumper-to-bumper car care. Brakes, exhaust, oil change, wheel alignments, batteries, CV joints, and so much more. First-rate service at a price you can afford. All major cards accepted. Apply for a Meineke card. Meineke, Jersey City. Stop by and let Sammy check your brakes for free.
Whoa, wait a minute, we're back. Now, we still got like 2 minutes to go here. All right. There was a clock count here. Well, actually, what confused everybody, that segment I just did on a Wall of Shame and a watch list will also be used on our Toms River show because I had put 2 people in the induction for the Wall of Shame, but we took absolute out of there because they're doing the right thing. Next week, it's a problem with shows and you get into these segments, you don't get to do everything you want to do. Next week, we're going to talk about Medicare reform here in Jersey City and Hudson County. The government, the feds are changing how we do it, and the states are going to have more say in what, in how and who gets Medicaid and what requirements there are. There's going to be a work component to that. So I'm putting that over here because we didn't get to that yet. And the other thing I want to be scary about, a lot of us in Jersey City, we go into New York City to work. Not everybody wants to jump on that PATH train because that thing is freaking packed. And so are the buses going over there, and it takes forever to get there. Governor Cuomo is now talking about congestion pricing, where he will set up Easy Pass readers on various streets in New York City to charge people who go in there. That may sound like a great idea, but really the congestion that's occurring in New York City has to do with pedestrian plazas, Uber, Lyft, bike lanes, and just out-and-out stupidity on you're creating traffic with a lot of your moves. What gets scary is Jersey City sometimes copies that because we put a pedestrian plaza in the middle of Newark and Grove Street. And that just bottles everything up. So these are some of the things we're going to talk about next week. When I have more time, we almost lost some time there. All right, we're out of show. You be good. You be safe. I'll talk to you during the week. Good night.